Welcome to another Darkstalkers video with One Up Boys, everybody. We'll be taking a look at a character who has had quite the interesting creation behind her in-game and in real life. Like Jeddah, she has only made one true appearance in the series, and even though she didn't do a whole lot, she definitely left her mark on the series and fandom. Welcome to the history of Lilith. How she was created. Lilith was created by Akira Yasuda and designed by CRMK, now known as Bengus, for Vampire Savior the Lord Vampire in 1997. Through concept art, we can see that she was originally designed to be more angelic, apparently being Morgan's big sister named Genevieve. This was, however, cut due to Capcom feeling that angels were being a little overdone in video games at the time. Her redesign after this was partially scrapped as the Lord of Vampire scenario writer Haruo Murata wanted Lilith to be an otokano, or male daughter, with short hair and a flat chest. We then got the Lilith we all know, but remnants of the previous designs remained. The angelic side remained through her moveset, as Morgan had moves such as Shadow Blade and Darkness Illusion, while Lilith had the moves Shining Blade and Luminous Illusion. As for the otokano bit, when the game was originally released, Lilith's gender was listed as unknown. Lilith's look. For the most part, Lilith's outfit is a lot like Morgan's, with speculation that her green inner wings and purple hair are a reference or a contrast to Morgan's purple inner wings and green hair. Like Jeddah, being in technically only one game, means she really hasn't seen any redesigns since her introduction, though she does change into a couple different outfits in her victory pose like Morgan does. She also got a good couple designs for Onimusha Soul. Personality. To understand Lilith a bit more, we'll delve into her backstory. When Morgan was orphaned and adopted by Belial Ainslan, ruler of the Makai realm, she was frighteningly powerful and didn't know how to control her powers. Belial decided that in order to save her and the Makai realm, he would need to split her soul, sealing it off in another realm. This, however, caused both parts to be drawn to each other, so he split her soul a third time and placed it inside himself. After 10 years, the sealed soul started to have a will of its own. This was due to Morgan's heart, which seemed to have slipped into her consciousness. She began to gain emotions, with the prime one being to return home to Morgan. After another long while, Belial died and the third soul returned to Morgan, but he never told her about the other piece, so when Jeddah eventually came back and gave Lilith a body, she just did what he told her to do. This gave her a mostly childlike wonder of life, though thoroughly enjoying the bloodshed and fighting, being crazily strong despite her demeanor. When she finally met back up with Morgan, she basically willingly joins with her as she realizes that her own body is temporary and is actually scared of dying. Morgan, on the other hand, pityingly absorbed her as she began to fade, which ended up giving her a brighter outlook on life. Abilities. Not surprisingly, Lilith shares many abilities with Morgan, though she puts her own spin on multiple moves and how she pulls them off. One original move is her Gloomy Puppet Show, which summons a puppet that gives inputs that cause Lilith to dance, with more inputs accomplished, bringing more damage. One of her strengths from the fighting game community are her cross-ups. Games she's been in. Her first US appearance was in Vampire Savior World of Darkness for arcades in 1997, followed by Darkstalkers 3 for PS1 in 1998, Darkstalkers Chronicle the Chaos Tower for PSP in 2004, and Darkstalkers Resurrection for PS3, PSN, and Xbox Live Arcade in 2013. Her Japan-only appearances are Vampire Savior Lord of Vampire for arcade and Sega Saturn in 1997, Vampire Savior 2 for arcades in 1997, Vampire Chronicle for Matching Service for Dreamcast in 2000, and Vampire Darkstalkers Collection for PS2 in 2005. Other games she appeared in are Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes, SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters Clash, SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters 2, Namco Cross Capcom, SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters GS, Cross Edge, Zombie Cafe, Mina to Akashi Heroes, and Onimusha Soul. Voice actors. Lilith has had 3 Japanese VAs and 1 English VA. On the Japanese side, she was first voiced by Hiroko Konishi for Vampire Savior. Some of her other roles are Takashi in Digimon Adventure, Nene in Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, and Lena in Lunar Sunpurusu-Gakuen. Her Japanese VA for Cross Edge was Yuka Amai, who's also voiced Otaru in Saber Marionette J, Wakaba in Revolutionary Girl Utena, and Arisa in Fruits Basket. Her final Japanese VA was Miyuki Sawashiro in Onimusha Soul. Characters she realized are Kiva Law in Kamen Rider, Fujiko in Lupin III, and Kotaru in Pita 10. Her only English VA for Cross Edge was Stephanie Sheh, with roles she held being Usagi throughout Sailor Moon, Lisa in Persona 2, and Takako Chigusa in the English sub of Battle Royale. Extra info. Fan speculation of some of Morgan's endings and ults in the Marvel vs. Capcom series shows that Lilith still lives on after recombining, but the actual Darkstalkers series has yet to confirm or deny this fact. Lilith's ending shows a slightly different one to Morgan's, with her becoming the master of the Ainsland family as she puts on the Isis ring, which could be Lilith's doing, but the same as before, the canon of Lord of Vampire has yet to be explored in a sequel that confirms what endings actually happened or not. Like I touched on a bit, canonically I don't know if Lilith will ever make another appearance in the main series again. I mean, that's if we even end up getting another Darkstalkers game in the first place. We'll probably see her again in some type of form for another Capcom crossover game, but until then, I hope you enjoyed and see you next video.